Hey everybody, it's Kaylee. I am back with another What's Sold video. I'm going to do a little bit of a different format today, just try and get through things faster and make it more educational for you. So I'm going to start with my totals in total for my entire reselling business on all the platforms that I'm on. Last week I sold a total of 44 items. I made a gross sales total of $1,107.90, and then that made my average sale price of each of those items $25.18, and then my total cost of goods for all of those items that I picked up at thrift stores was $213. I'm going to jump right in and show you 15 of those sales so we can deep dive into why I picked them up and how much I paid and what they sold for. Okay guys, so a breakdown of eBay. I sold 24 items of the 44 that I sold on eBay for a gross sales total of $600.42. This made my average sale price $25.02 on eBay, and then my total cost of goods for everything on eBay was $100. First item I wanted to show you was this pair of Circle G women's fringe booties. I picked these up at the bins, so I estimate paying probably a couple dollars, maybe a little over, because they are sold by weight. This is not in the best condition, and you'll see that I included photos of, some wear, and even still, this still sold for $30, and then the buyer also paid shipping. So Circle G can be a good brand to look out for, depending on the style. These are definitely on trend. So again, even with a little bit of wear, they're doing pretty well. I had these listed at $39, and I accepted a best offer of $30. I wanted to be sure and include this sale because even though it only sold for $25, there's a little bit of a story behind it and a little lesson to be learned. So this is a vintage full zip windbreaker. I picked this up because it was in excellent condition. It had the Nike check on the chest, had pockets, it was full zip, and it had the Nike check on the back, and it was vented. So it had a lot of stuff going for it. The only problem was I didn't realize when I picked it up that the zipper pull was broken. So the zipper worked, it's just the handle to the zipper was gone. So basically the toggle was gone. And I did not realize that until I got home. I must have been in a rush when I was sourcing, which is never good. So I got home and I was thinking I would just put that in a redonate pile or return it to that Goodwill the next time that I went. But I decided to go ahead and list it. It was in really excellent condition other than that. And I figured that if somebody wanted to take the time to fix it, they could. And I made sure to put in my item description, as you can see here, that it could be worn as a pullover if they just didn't use the zipper function, or it could also just be worn open. And I listed this and it sold in 24 hours. So just a good lesson. I just threw it up there because I wanted to get my money back. And I actually made, a little bit of money on it too. I only paid $2.50 for this at a thrift store, made $25 off of it with a broken zipper pull. So yeah, I was happy with that, but there's a lesson to be learned that even if something has a flaw, maybe just throw it up to get your money back, and sometimes you can make a little bit more. I sold this linen chambray shirt dress by Joie. This was a pretty popular dress because it was worn by a character of Modern Family, so I included that photo here. And I mean, all in all, it was a really nice dress. It was new with tags, but it was missing its belt, and I made sure to include that in the description. But it was new with tags. This retailed for quite a bit, but honestly, with Joie pieces, you usually can't get a whole lot for them anymore. So I listed this one at $49.99 and was accepting offers. Someone sent me an offer for $40, which I accepted because I thought that that was pretty reasonable. I picked this up at a thrift store for $6.99. This next piece is by Katadyn Ironworks, which is a line off of LL Bean. I do believe the last What Sold video I sold another piece by this brand. So yeah, they sell really, really quickly. Here is the tag. I'd become familiar with this if you're not already because these fly off the shelf for me. So I actually paid up for this jacket. I paid $5.99 at a thrift store. I had it listed for $39.99. Someone sent me an offer for $35, which I happily accepted. Next are these pair of women's Merrells. The style was called Otter. And if you didn't know, with any Merrells, very rarely do I find them that don't have this. The style name is actually on the inside of the shoe where you would find the size. Now, apparently I didn't take a picture of it, but I usually do. Here we go. Zoom in here. So you won't be able to read it, but this little tag on the inside of the shoe has the size, and at the very top, it almost always has the style name. So when I come across Merrells in good condition, I will do comps based on the style, not just Merrell shoes, and then go from there to see if it's worth something picking up. These were in really, really great condition. They were a more unique style, which is what drew my attention to them. So again, this style was called Otter. I paid $4.99 for these at a thrift store. I had them listed at $35 and they did sell at full price. And the last piece on eBay I wanted to show you was this North Face women's full zip agave jacket. Again, with style names, it's very important to put them in the title if you can find them. North Face is really easy to look up because the style number is on the tag. And then you would just go on Google and search the North Face and then type in that style number. So this particular style number was C656, which you can see we also put that number in the title. Now this one I picked up for $10 at a thrift store. I actually thought I was going to ask about $45 for this, but when I went to take photos, I noticed there was a slight amount of pilling on it, so because of that reason, I reduced my price a little bit. Had this listed for $39.99, and I accepted an offer of $35. Alright guys, moving on to Poshmark. I sold a total of 19 items on Poshmark. 2 of those items were of a bundle, so I went ahead and split that up between items so that you could see my average sale price. My gross sales total for Poshmark was $474.50. This made my average sale price $24.97, and then my total cost of goods for everything on Poshmark was $95.13. So moving on over, I sold this Monroe and Maine cardigan. One of the main reasons I picked this up was because it had a really unique detail and theme to it. So it was ruffled, it was tiered, it had lace, it was mustard yellow, which is a really popular color right now. And then it was a size 1X. I didn't actually know the brand Monroe and Maine until I got home and looked it up. I picked it up just for those factors and for the reason that I knew that it had a lot of trends in this one piece. So I picked this up at a thrift store for $2.99. I had it listed, I think, a little higher than this, but I accepted an offer of $24, and this sold very, very quickly. Next, I sold this pair of Linnea Paolo, I think is how you pronounce it, women's wedge sneakers. This isn't a brand that I was familiar with, but I'm glad that I did find it because it'll be something that I will look for in the future. The reason I looked at these at the thrift store was simply because they were in really good condition. They felt like that buttery leather. Here is the brand Linnea Paolo. And these sold really, really quickly. I think I had them listed for $45 and I got an offer for $40, which I went ahead and accepted. Let's see here. I paid $5.99 for these shoes. Next are these set of candle holders by Pottery Barn. I came across these at a thrift store. I paid a total of $5 for the set of them. Basically anything Pottery Barn, if it's in good condition, I'm going to pick up at a cheap cost, trying to sell home goods, hard goods, and this will definitely be something that I look out for in the future. Something really nice about this was it still had the sticker on the bottom, so I knew what the style name was and I could do comps based on that. I probably could have held out for about $40 to $45 for this, but I received an offer of $30 and went ahead and got it moving. I would say this is a definite BOLO if you come across Pottery Barn sets of candle holders. Next is this lot of biker shirts. In one of my really old videos, like when I first started YouTube a few months ago, I picked up a biker lot from my Goodwill that I go to, and it had quite a bit of Harley Davidson in it, but it also had just no name brand biker rally shirts. Which all had really cool graphics. They just weren't worth a whole lot, and so I never got around to listing them. I basically separated out the Harley Davidson pieces, got those listed, have sold through quite a bit of those, and then I just left these in a pile. So I was cleaning out that pile the other day, and I decided that I'm just going to throw it up as a biker lot. I know that graphic shirts are really popular right now, no matter what the brand is. So these were a bunch of like Hanes, Tooltex, things like that, but they all had a biker theme and graphic on them. Some of them were in great condition, some of them were really worn and had holes, so I made sure to disclose that. But I went ahead and just took a picture of all of these, and they did get a lot of attention both on Poshmark and eBay, and I'm glad that I put up as a lot because it sold pretty quickly. I estimate in that entire biker lot that I paid $2 per piece. I think I have 11 or 12 pieces in this lot. So I paid, roughly $24, I think, for everything that's in this lot. But at this point, I just wanted to get my money back for these pieces because, like I said, I paid $2 each for them. So whenever you come across a lot, maybe it was a bad buy. In this case, I think these were bad buys on my part. Sometimes in order to get rid of them, you just need to bundle them up, present them well, lot them together, and then take what you can to get your money back. In this case, I actually made a little bit of money, but I did want to highlight the sale because if you are currently experiencing this, lot your items up together and go ahead and get them sold. Next is this really awesome leather jacket by the brand Chia. So I picked this up for a lot of reasons. Number one, it was leather. I don't really like picking up leather jackets, but if it's something really unique, I will pick it up. This had fringe detail along the chest, along the bottoms of the arms. It was lace up. It was animal print. All in all, it just had some really awesome things going for it. Really unique. So I picked this up for $12.50 at a thrift store. I did pay up, but I knew that it might sit for a while, but it would go for decent money. I think I had this listed for $75 on each platform, and I was accepting offers. Someone sent me an offer for $60, which I thought was reasonable, so I went ahead and accepted because I don't want to be sitting on bulky inventory in the spring and summer. I want to make room for those lighter pieces. Next is a polo shirt by Polo Ralph Lauren. I picked this up because it had some really unique pattern on it. It's kind of like Hawaiian travel vacation print, had a lot of palm trees on it. Picked this up for only $1 at a thrift store. I think I had it listed for $35. Someone sent me an offer for $29, which I went ahead and accepted. Next is a pair of Under Armour women's bootcut yoga pants. I'm showing you these because I think this is something a lot of people pass on at the thrift store, but these are bread and butter for me and they flip really quickly. As you can see, I had 16 likes on these. These did not sit long at all. I picked these up at a thrift store for $3.50, and as you can see, they sold for $25. I really like quick flips like that. I like bread and butter pieces that I can pick up for $5 or less and flip for $25 to $30. So yeah, I'd say be on the lookout for these. A lot of people don't pick them up when they're in the athletic section because they're boot cut or they're flare, and the skinny tight legging style is what's in right now. But people are still looking for these and they buy these, and believe it or not, Under Armour has a really amazing sell-through rate. Last item I wanted to show you that sold on Poshmark for me was this Kashik bra. Bras do really well for me on Poshmark. I don't know what it is, but I've been selling a lot of bras. This one had a tiny little spot on it, but it was a larger size. Picked this up at the bin, so I paid $1 or less for it. Typically, Kashik, Victoria's Secret, pink bras, they do very well, even if they're not a larger size on Poshmark, and I can usually sell them between $10 and $15. And if I'm picking them up at the bins, for less than $1, that's a great profit margin for something that's selling really quickly. So if you're at the bins and you come across bras, I'd say give them a shot because they are bread and butter and they're a quick flip. Last item I wanted to show you was actually something that sold on Tradesy. So this is my first sale ever on Tradesy. To be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of Tradesy. I don't really like their structure of things. And when it comes to cross-posting onto Tradesy, it's a little bit more labor intensive than I would like. You gotta fill in a lot of details, and when I'm wanting to cross-post onto another platform, I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time doing that. So I'll probably not be on Tradesy a whole lot, but I was happy to get this one sale. I basically cross-posted all of my Zara items over because I know that is a brand that people are looking for on there. This was just a pink blazer jumpsuit. I think I had this, okay, I had it listed at $48.23, but they ran a sale on it. So it sold for $32.98, and then the buyer paid shipping. I originally paid $5 for this item. Alright guys, so those are all my sales from March 8th through the 14th. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the format of this video, doing the totals first and then going through the items. Drop a comment down below, let me know how your sales are going. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.